Welcome back to the Ambition Over Fear portal. I'm Atlas Opia, and I help people expand their interdimensional knowledge. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing why shapeshifting is a skill set you should learn and harness so you could truly understand how to transmute your own energy field into the frequency that matches the parallel reality you're wanting to move into. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. Check out the rest of my videos. If you're back on here, consider subscribing, because the whole purpose of this channel is to bring information that can help you accelerate your own ability to understand how to utilize your soul's energy in this body. So to jump right into it is understanding what shape-shifting is. So you probably have shape-shifted and not have realized it. And what that is when your energy field changes into the frequency of someone else, or the energy in a location you're in, or if you're around somebody who has really powerful magnetic energy, or they're embodying a characteristic you would like to also feel into. Sometimes you can feel yourself becoming that energy. But see, we're all used to becoming energy we don't want, right? We go in public, we're in very chaotic, loud places, and as an empath and a starseed that loves to really feel like they're in a safe ecosystem, you know what that's like when you become the energy of somebody else you're around, or you come home from being in public or being around a lot of people, and there's something on you that you're feeling that's not necessarily yours. So to understand the fluidity of what makes your field different is the word hypersensitivity. When you're hypersensitive, and most empaths are, and starseeds and alchemists, it means that you have an ability to feel into energy that is beyond your own field. You have a greater awareness to sense things that are beyond what your five senses can pick up on. So when this happens, it generally means that your field has an easier time bringing in energy and releasing energy. And so that does mean there's less protection, but it means that your field is very fluid and it can mold into energy easier than the average person. So what does this mean? It means that when you're wanting to manifest wealth or health or happiness, or the feeling that you know you need to summon in order to move into the goals that you desire to experience, that is a particular frequency you're heading towards. It is a particular feeling that you would get when you already have that said thing. So by you being able to mold your field into something else quickly, if you can learn how to mold your field into the frequency of your desires or what you're trying to manifest, that can help you move into that timeline. Now, timelines, just to briefly touch on it, is a different trajectory of energy. It's almost like we have a certain belief system or collection of thoughts about who we are and how the world works. And that creates a trajectory of information that reproduces on itself like a pattern. So when you've had different periods of your life when certain things existed, or you were a certain person, or a certain trauma kept coming up, and there was different large themes, and you look back and you go, wow, I was a different person back then. It was because you were plugged into a different timeline. So what this means is whatever you're wanting to create already exists because you are able to bring that into your conscious field. So it is real in the quantum field. Everything is a reflection of ourselves. So when you bring a person in that has a particular quality, it means that somewhere inside of you, you have a matching frequency to bring in that person. If you are looking around your environment and you see somebody across the street having a fist fight or somebody across the street arguing, it means that in order for you to actually experience that in your universe, you have to be matching that frequency on some level. So if you have a thought of what would it be like to have my goals actually come through, and you can see yourself living through your goals, and it's almost like you're watching a version of yourself living this other life that's not just make-believe. In that quantum realm, the transitory realm between the unseen and the seen, you're picking up on a version of reality that exists in the ether. But to bring it down, your body has to also match that code and that energy. So here is how you understand how to allow your field to shapeshift into the energy that you're desiring to create. Is you look at your hypersensitivity as a tool that can allow you to have more control over the energy in your body. Whenever you feel affected greatly by somebody else's energy or a thought or emotion, and at times it can be heavy because you feel like, why can't I just feel stable? Take those moments to reframe your hypersensitivity. Do it right now or after this video and understand that your ability to become energy is powerful, but you may have just been used to becoming energy of someone or something that you did not agree with. So what that does is it creates an association in our mind that becoming another energy creates us pain. Our mind will create associations based on how we've experienced certain things. And shape-shifting is taking a particle and giving it a new charge. So I want you to imagine this metaphor, right? You can see an empty glass, which is the particle, it's neutral, okay? And then when you put a particular frequency in the particle, whether it be an emotion, an experience, a belief, something you've created or are going to create, that's water going into the glass. Transmuting one particle is saying, I'm going to take the glass, pour out the water, and put a different liquid inside. So when you change a thought or you reprogram, one trigger, you're kind of doing that. You're focusing on one container that has an entity of energy inside, and you're removing the entity and putting something else in that container to give it life. What shape-shifting is instead of changing one particle at a time, you realize that your body is filled with thousands and hundreds of thousands of subatomic particles that are all connected like a hive mind. And if you can tune that many particles to a particular energy, you have that much force behind what you're trying to create. So when you can understand it from the mental point of view, and you can take logic and find a way to bridge the metaphysical worlds into the physical, you're no longer your higher self, and then you're in your body and your programmed mind and trying to heal stories. You're merging both worlds, which is a conundrum when we're going through an awakening or shifting consciousness, is using our etheric connection to the universe as a way to escape the heaviness and the pain and the slowness of the third dimension. So you take what you have in the third dimension and you use it to help you navigate new energy in the quantum field, which is just the universe and what your physical eyes cannot see. So try this particular exercise when you're thinking about your desires, okay? You're viewing a version of life. Tell your mind this statement: the only way I am able to feel these experiences and this alternate version of life is because it already exists in the quantum field. I don't have to create anything. I just have to let go of my attachment to what I think I am and who I think I need to be, so I can try a new story out and use seduction on the parts of our mind that want to prove why the old story needs to keep going, because we want to feel that our pain is justified. We want redemption for what we've gone through, but that redemption can make us hold on to an old story to kind of lick its wounds in a way. So when you're feeling that, I want you to imagine that you're there. And then I want you to slowly feel as if you're bringing all of that energy into your body. I want you to feel as if you're merging with that version of you that you're seeing in your imagination that has this whole life, which is already possessing of all the desires and experiences that you want to go through. Merge into that body and allow the particles to come into your system. And it's almost like you imagine going into your body and seeing hundreds and thousands of different bubbles and particles. And then you imagine that this new life you're tapping into is electricity. And you bring that electricity from the top of your head into your body, and you let it light up your whole system, and you can imagine that you're the electricity, this new life, and you're swimming and flying through all the particles and organs and parts of your brain. And as you're moving past what your imagination is showing you, which can be completely unique to you, you're seeing the energy change, all the energy that it's moving through. So try that technique and see what comes up for you, and don't judge it, don't fight it. Just allow it to be fluid in that moment. And also, one more thing is, for example, if you're wanting to change the field around your apartment or your home, right? If you're wanting to change, a cell or an organ in your body to something more healthier, if you're wanting to alter things around you, here's another technique you can use. Because we're connected to everything around us, everything you experience is a part of your own universe. What this means is you can take your consciousness and move it outside of your body simply by understanding that if you're looking at a tree, you are that tree. If you're looking at a location or an energy field around your home, you are the energy field. So whenever you want to change something, move your consciousness into that thing, feel it completely, and then change yourself. And by yourself, I mean whatever you're placing your consciousness in, because when we go above our body into our higher self, and then we go higher up, we realize that this feeling of oneness with the universe is the understanding that everything is connected through the same intelligence of pure consciousness. And if you can let go of the idea that everything is separate from you, you feel more connected to it. So if you want to put a field around your home, feel your consciousness and your energy becoming all the energy around your home. And then you don't have to feel like you're having an out-of-body experience or something crazy is happening, but it's a feeling, and you can close your eyes too. Then when you feel into what you're trying to change, you just imagine that whatever you're trying to change it into is what you're now feeling as that thing. And then you change, and that thing will change. Well, thank you guys for being a part of this video. I appreciate you being here. Check out some of the other videos I have. There's something really interesting about each person having a unique perspective on the universe, and each one of us being gravitated to learning different things. So there's something different for everybody. Definitely subscribe. And also I wanted to tell you that I have a free quiz in the description that can give you more insight into the interdimensional skills you already have, and that can allow you to create more control and power over the energy that is in your system and how you're wanting to change the field. And I'm also going to be hosting online workshops where I take these concepts down that we don't know, we need to know, and I create a layered educational outline for each topic, and I introduce it in a playful yet concise way, and then I end the workshop off with a bunch of quantum healing for you and what you need for your system. And if you need more specific help, I also do offer coaching. But until next time, I hope you have a powerful and simplistic day, and you understand that you don't need to achieve or be or change anything in this moment. You just have to accept where you're at so you can create more peace and find more power with what your five senses are picking up on. So you can be entertained by anything, and you don't really need the feeling of always chasing and searching. All right, talk soon. Bye.